If you've ever wondered what it sounds like when a band blends medieval folk, jazz fusion and rock into a single mind-bending musical stew, then it's time to meet Gentle Giant. Now, in a world where progressive rock is often considered really an intellectual endurance, Gentle Giant takes it a step further. They make you work for it, but trust me, the reward is worth the effort. This is a band where songs change time more often than you change channels, and yet they still manage to turn this complexity into pure ear candy. So whether you're a seasoned prog aficionado or new to this labyrinth of sound, you're about to dive into 20 of their finest tracks from a band that made being impossibly intricate sound ridiculously cool. Starting off with the advent of Panurge. Now this is a track that will have your head spinning before the vocals even kick in. It's been inspired by Rabelais' Gargantua and Pantagruel, and this is one of Gentle Giant's quintessential labyrinthine odysseys, blending medieval melodies with a rock punch. The vocal harmonies here are dizzying, and the constant shifts in tempo really feel like an obstacle course for the ears, but one you'll gladly keep running through. The second track we look at is Proclamation, and this is a politically charged piece, and it opens a concept album about power, corruption and ambition. Now, as prog rock tracks go, it's about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face, but that's what makes it brilliant. Its rhythmic complexity is impossible to ignore, with knotty keyboard passages weaving in and out of funky bass lines. There's a call and response section. Sounds really like a debate between two deranged university professors. You get where I'm coming from. Funny Ways is one of their earlier tracks and shows off the band's multi-instrumentalism in its infancy. It's got some classical guitar, violin and trumpet in the mix, but the song starts gently before descending into a jazzy, frenetic instrumental. Lyrically, well, which is about being a bit different, which, let's be honest, could serve as a perfect tagline for the band's career. Now, if you're looking to impress friends with your newfound Gentle Giant knowledge, play them nuts. Based on the writings of psychologist R.D. Laing, this tune is more of a mental exercise than a traditional song. There's interweaving vocal harmonies. These sound like really a group of monks trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while blindfolded. It's madness in the best possible way. The next track on Reflection sees Gentle Giant perfecting their multi-part vocal harmonies, and it's a cappella marvel that feels like an Elizabethan choir meeting jazz fusion. Thematically, it's a reflection on the hindsight and regret. It's a moment of inspiration in the middle of a stormy sea of prog rock excess. Just the same as next, and this is arguably one of their more accessible tracks, relatively speaking. This kicks off with a catchy clapping rhythm and brings in funk-inspired grooves. The track still shows in plenty of rhythmic gymnastics, but it's one that you can just about bob your head to without straining your brain too much. It's a song that mocks predictability and monotony, which really is quite rich coming from a band whose songs are anything but predictable. The next song is called Raconteur Troubadour. Now, if the idea of a troubadour telling tales of adventure through prog rock doesn't appeal to you, then what the heck are you even doing here? It's a nod to medieval storytelling, and this track combines quite Renaissance-inspired melodies with rock instrumentation. The lyrics are fantastical, and the violin work is simply stunning, whisking you away to a land of court jesters and wandering minstrels. The Boys in the Band is really a song about the band, because, well, why not? Instrumentally, it's a tight track and energetic, featuring some mind-bending rhythmic shifts. It's a roller coaster ride of shifting time signatures with keyboards, guitar and drums locked in a kind of musical fencing match. If I counting along, just don't blame me if you give up halfway through. Pantagruel's Nativity continues their obsession with the works of Rabelais. This track is a prime example of Gentle Giant's symphonic rock style. Sweeping, orchestral and completely bonkers, this track features dense layering of instruments, creating a sonic landscape that's both majestic and otherworldly. It's prog rock answers to a Shakespearean overture. Take my word for this one. Experience is a sprawling epic, and it explores the theme of learning from life's struggles, beginning with a reflective mellow section before exploding into frenzy of complex riffs and bombastic drumming. The lyrics are, as ever, cryptic, but there's an emotional weight behind them, proof that Gentle Giant could do more than just mathematical music. At 11, we have The Runaway, and now this is a track that opens with the sound of smashing glass. Well, why not? Setting the tone for a frenetic, dynamic song. It's a meditation on guilt and escape with bursts of syncopation and unexpected harmonies. The band's signature multi-instrumentalism is on full display here, and the sudden shifts from calm to chaos make it one of their more adventurous pieces. We have a track next called Peel the Paint, and this is part of a concept album about 3 childhood friends growing apart. It dives into the theme of losing innocence. The song starts quietly before really erupting into a furious guitar solo representing the inner turmoil of its character. It's heavy, it's dark, and it's drenched in early 70s blues rock grit. River is a track that shows Gentle Giant at their bluesiest, featuring quite a groovy bass line and a slightly psychedelic feel, but it's still a Gentle Giant song, so don't expect straightforward structures. There are jazzy interludes, off-kilter rhythms, and a general sense of organised chaos. They do that so well. At 14, Aspirations, and this is a rare moment of calm in their catalogue. This track is a tender ballad that still retains a sense of complexity. The lyrics sound of a longing for something greater, a desire to really rise above the mediocrity. It's one of their most beautiful songs, both musically and lyrically, and proves they could convey emotion just as effectively as they could navigate tricky time signatures. Freehand was the title track of their 7th album, and it's a blast of furious energy with a driving rhythm and unpredictable instrumental breaks. It's a song about breaking free from constraints, whether societal or personal, a theme many a prog fan can relate to when defending their music. Cogs and Cogs is all about mechanical repetition, but in the most delightfully unrepetitive way possible. This is a short one, clocking in at just under 3 minutes. But don't be fooled, it packs a complex punch with interlocking rhythms and the expected intricate vocal arrangements that will make your brain hurt, in a good way, mind you. At 17, we have The House, the Street and the Room. Now this track is a perfect showcase of the band's talent for creating atmosphere. It's dark and brooding. It's a song that explores feelings of isolation and alienation with ominous organ lines and dissonant guitar riffs. It's like a haunted house in musical form. At 18, we have School Days. Now this is a nostalgic look back at childhood, and it opens with a playful piano and marimba duet before veering into more sinister territory. There's a contrast between the carefree opening and the more dissonant middle section, and this mirrors the bittersweet memories of youth. It's whimsical, but it's unsettling. It's very Gentle Giant. His Last Voyage is a poignant track about a man's final journey, both literal and metaphorical. The band mixes jazzy elements with a slower, more contemplative rhythm this time, allowing the song to build to quite a powerful crescendo. It's one of their more narrative-driven pieces, telling a story of life, death, and the passage of time. Ending at number 20, we have So Sincere, and this track showcases everything that Gentle Giant does best. It's got those shifting time signatures, the intricate arrangements, and it's got the biting lyrics. So Sincere is dripping with irony, a pointed critique of hypocrisy wrapped up in a delightfully chaotic package of musical twists and turns. So there you have it, 20 tracks that span the bizarre and brilliant career of Gentle Giant. Well, if this has left you craving more sonic acrobatics, check out my previous video on the King Crimson. Now they are a band that makes Gentle Giant seem like lightweights in comparison. But be warned, once you go down the prog rock rabbit hole, there's no turning back. Now if you've enjoyed this review, please take a moment to like, share and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future releases. Please leave your comments in the description section, where you can also find ways to support the channel should you so wish. Remember that my new Patreon channel for requests will begin in January, with more details to follow shortly. I want to thank all my subscribers who have watched this one, and if you're new to the channel and you're watching me for the first time, you are very welcome, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Now until next time, I'll see you all later.